GameTime_56 is now live. Streaming Minecraft. Minecraft Survival Part 1, live road to 30 followers.
Hello YouTube and Twitch, this is your host GameTime56 here, and today we're going to be playing a little bit of modded Minecraft. And I didn't add too many mods. I mean, I wanted to keep the vanilla feel of the game a little bit, but yeah, let's create. I'm gonna have to close my blinds a little bit. Alright. Oh. So. Okay. I don't know why it's a little laggy already. But yeah, I don't know if it's just because I'm just starting the game. Okay, and no, we don't need to make rope to make simple things anymore. Okay. I could already hear. Why is he spawning in the day? And why am I lagging so bad? Oh, dude, could you get away from me? I don't even have a sword. Just trying to craft over here. Alright, I need another one of these. There we go. Now we have a pickaxe. I don't know. I don't need that at all. So there should be more structures. Can't quite see over there. I did add a dynamic lighting mod, so when we hold a torch, I'm wondering what happened to my map mod. That I should have a map in the corner. I don't know what happened to that. And let me just make these tools. What was I gonna do with this? Make it into sticks. And don't worry, we'll get the rest of that in a minute. Hopefully my stream looks okay. Or sounds okay. Probably doesn't sound too great. Oh yeah, that's right. That tree should have broke when I just broke the bottom one. Yeah, just like, well, some of it did. But yeah, I added that just to make it easier on myself. We'll make one of these. Yeah, that's pretty much all I need at the moment. What is that over there? Oh, crap, I got it. Is this a regular village, or is this another type of... Oh, are you kidding? Uh-oh. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay. Hopefully nobody lives here. At least we have a bed to start off. And now we have iron right here that we can take. Oh, iron. Oh, dude. Okay. That's helpful. Well, we found the jackpot on our first try. I don't know why there's so many signs around. What's this? Oh, okay, I'll take all that. And that. Oh, there's even more. That's the one I just opened. This is pretty nice so far. And we got more chests. Oh, dude. Right on, man. I don't know why I said that. Don't want to sound like a surfer. Okay. Sorry for that noise in the background. Oh. Oh, I forgot I added the, Can I put this in my off? Yeah. If you guys heard that, it's hard to hear with all this goddamn noise in the background. But since we're in a cave, everything sounds a little more echoey. That's pretty cool. Dude, we're already rich and we just spawned. Oh, that's wool. Okay, I was wondering what that was. Alright, that seems like it's it for over here. I open that. Yeah, we just got a load of shit from that. Okay. That was pretty good. Yeah. guess I'll take this too. It's already almost broken though. Alright. Do I see something over here?
Question block 64 says, what is this?
Modded. I guess I added a random structures mod. I don't remember adding that.
Question block 64 says, are you playing with someone?
No, I'm just by myself. Why the fuck is it so laggy?
Question block 64 says, is there someone with you in VC or SMTH?
No. I'm not in any calls. I wish my audio sounded better. I re-watched my stream and it sounds like shit. What's this? Is this just a random boulder or something? I guess so. Okay.
Question block 64 says, why not just make it a server?
Because that's complicated. I'm not doing that shit. What the fuck is that? Is this a well? I don't know what that did. Whoops.
Question block 64 says, give me the mods, might play later.
Alright. We pretty much got a bunch of that. Bunch of ores from that, whatever structure I just found. That's pretty good.
Question block 64 says, why is it lagging?
It is. Oh yeah. I have no idea. Dude, my simulation, that's the lowest it could go.
Question block 64 says, is your game lagging or something?
Sort of. I didn't know it was gonna be this bad. Just watching. Oh yeah, I could definitely tell it's a little laggy on my stream. Usually when I run though, so I'm just gonna have to walk slowly. I don't know why, that kind of sucks. Okay, there's snow. I'm gonna have to try to fix that lag in the next stream. Which is weird because I usually never lag. I want to find more structures like what I just found. I forgot half of the mods I added. What is this? Alright, this music is starting to piss me off a little bit. Who's this? Man, that's kind of trash, dude. What you got over here? Yeah, that's kind of ass, dude. Is that all you got? This one sucks over here. Alright. I can't remember if I added extra bio.
Question Block 64 says, why are you using a laptop?
I'm not using a laptop right now. I just downloaded all the mods in my laptop and then transferred them over to my computer because my computer kind of sucks at downloading shit.
Question Block 64 says, hit me up on Bedrock if you want to play later.
Alright. I feel like Bedrock is better for streaming because I can like...
Question Block 64 says, my Bedrock IGN is QBlock64.
Alright. I can like load like the maximum amount of chunks and not even get a single ounce of lag. Why is there already cobblestone down there? Nothing, I guess. I'm gonna travel around a little bit more and then we'll make a simple
Question
base.
Block 64 says, yeah, because Bedrock is made to be handled by old PCS.
I just want to find at least one more of those structures. If I can.
Question Block 64 says, how many mods did you add?
16, I think. Ow.
Question Block 64 says, damn. Question Block 64 says, God.
Yes. You're at the right place. What's going on, man? Oh, what the fuck? Just one
Question
more.
Block 64 says, how are you, God?
I'm pretty good, man. Ooh, this is pretty cool over here. I can hear the echoing. Oh shit, this place is probably filled with mobs actually. Yep. Oh shit. Ow. feel like it'd
Question
be...
Block 64 says, we should make a Minecraft SMP without mods.
Well, all I know is Mike's not gonna be the one hosting it. Well, Mike hates just vanilla Minecraft anyways, so I don't know if he would do that.
Question Block 64 says, I would host it. If my PC runs on Ethernet or my laptop is gonna host it.
Sounds like I just heard a mouse over there. What is that? Is that just a boulder too? Or is this...
Question Block 64 says, what do you think?
I'd join on that. I actually don't mind vanilla Minecraft. Alright, I'm not finding any more structures. I'm probably just gonna set up...
Question Block 64 says, yeah, but we need people to play.
We got me, you, Thomas, Midnight. I don't know how many other people would join. I know Nash in the Gamers XL server likes Minecraft, but I don't know if...
Question Block 64 says, would Mastermind play?
He would, but he'd probably leave in like an hour and then not talk to us for another month. That's what usually happens with any game we play.
Question Block 64 says, damn.
Oh, do we have ripples? No? Thought I just saw one.
Question Block 64 says, I have like my last year of school this year.
Oh, nice. I don't know why the fuck it's so laggy. I'm just gonna go on
Block
foot.
64 says, I don't think your PC can handle the terrain generation.
I'm starting to think it's something I added, because I usually have the either the simulation distance or the whatever distance pretty high, but now I can't for some reason. So I'm gonna have to look through my mods again.
Question Block 64 says, try setting your frames to unlimited.
I hate this fucking birch biome. I gotta get out of here. Well, this biome isn't any better. What the fuck is this? Holy shit. Oh, this looks...
Question Block 64 says, or try lowering your graphics.
This looks dangerous.
Question Block 64 says, what the god's making us that?
Ooh. Yeah, we can't change it to that. There we go. What the fuck is this shit? Watch, there's gonna be fucking pillagers up here. Or some shit. Did I miss any chests on there?
Question Block 64 says, make it your base.
I mean, this would be pretty cool. Oh, don't tell me it's all bullshit in here. I kind of want to build my own place, though.
Question Block 64 says, claim it. Question Block 64 says, finders keepers though.
I thought this loot would be a little better than some fucking seeds in there. Some iron. I already have enough of that shit. Hopefully there's some chests down here. Actually, what if I... I don't really want to remove some of these. Now everything just looks like shit. Dude, is that seriously all there was in here? That's tragic. That's a weird sound that makes. Okay. Well... Whoops, what the fuck? Yeah, alright, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm just gonna find a nice flat spot and then build a base there. That was pretty interesting. Where did I come from, though?
Question Block 64 says, you are not excused.
I already excused myself. Where's just the regular plains biome? I don't want to live in any of this birch and spruce bullshit. And before next stream, I'm going to remove what's creating the lag because I have a
Question Block
suspicion.
64 says, who posted my filtered on twitter.com?
Who posted what? I don't even know what that means.
Question Block 64 says, it's a meme.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to build in the sand. I had enough of doing that. Ooh. Oh, I thought that was deep slate right there. It's just dark over here.
Question Block 64 says, it's a me, a Mario.
Luigi. I can't do the Mario voice anymore. Oh, imagine if we built... Oh, I thought this was an island over here.
Question Block 64 says, Mario. Tails Hero Gaming says, it's a me Tails grinning squinting face.
Yo, what's up, Tails? What's going on? That's a stupid ass looking tree right there. Eh.
Tails Hero Gaming says, hi at GameTime_56.
Hey. I guess I could build right here.
Question Block 64 says, that tree is your size, bud.
Yeah, okay.
Gaming3 says, best viewers on streambo.com, remove the space, at BLIX4.
Let me make all this. Actually, we can make a bunch of iron stuff now. Let me make...
Tails Hero Gaming says, oh no, bot incoming.
Yeah. I forgot I had these little chicken nuggets here.
Tails Hero Gaming says, get rid of it, fast.
I don't even know how to get rid of those things.
Question Block 64 says, I lost my second phone.
You've lost your second phone? Actually, I do have 2 phones as well. Dude, we're already stacked.
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 do/ban. Question Block 64 says, never mind, found it.
What did I just... Okay, now...
Tails Hero Gaming says, in chat.
What's their name? Oh, okay, I just did it. There we go.
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 good job, friend.
Thank you. Dude, look at how much iron we already have. What else was
Tails Hero Gaming says, just remember to do that. Do you see a bot in the chat?
Okay. I usually just ignore them. Where's my bed? It's right in my first. There we go. And yes, we have a circle.
Question Block
sun.
64 says, what the hell is a dead tube turtle shit loudly crying face?
Dead tube coral. I guess I'll keep this little ass tree.
Question block 64 says, what the hell is that? That can't be vanilla loudly crying face.
I think it is vanilla. Oh, that was pretty good. So I don't have to wait around for the saplings to fall. Okay.
Question block 64 says, nice tree size, bro.
What type of house?
Tails Hero Gaming says, enjoying MC? At GameTime_56.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of it recently. I gotta start streaming some other stuff. Word.
Question block 64
Oh,
says, escape the backrooms easy mode.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not doing that again. That reminds me, I did add some stair.
Question block 64 says, LMAO.
Oh. I didn't know I added a ceiling fan. Jungle Tiki Torch.
Tails Hero Gaming says, did something happen at GameTime_56?
Well, we just... all of us played Escape the Backrooms on
Question block
hard
64 says,
and normal mode.
what are those items loudly crying face?
I don't even know. And it took us like the whole entire day to complete. Bridge pier? Oh, that's right. I did add bridges. I didn't know I added a ceiling fan though. What is that?
Question block 64 says, 10 hours on hard mode is wild, my wrist hurt bad. Tails Hero Gaming says, sorry to interrupt, but how are you at question block 64?
Dude, this is actually pretty cool. I might make some of this shit.
Question block 64 says, I'm doing fine, what about you? Tails Hero Gaming says, working on characters at question block 64. Question block 64 says, you gotta stop cussing GT. Question block
Why?
64 says, cool.
All my streams actually used to be family friendly, but yeah, I don't know why I stopped doing that.
Question block 64 says, what the huh?
Oh, that was pretty satisfying.
Tails Hero Gaming says at question block 64 everybody's gonna be cussing. That is something we can't control, lol, unfortunately.
I was looking for
Question
them.
block 64 says, what the crap, Game Time 2021.
I remember those 2021 streams. I was looking for the mod where the trees like actually fall over in 3D, but I just found that one. Where are all this? Oh, right here.
Question block 64 says, it's physics mod.
Oops.
Question block 64 says, not that type of physics, dumbass.
Dude, should I add a ceiling fan? How do I make that again? That was pretty cool. Oh yeah, I'm not going to the Nether yet. Oh well. Okay.
Question block 64 says, oh god, sand is giving me PTSD back to the place where we built the bases in Mike's house. Question block 64 says, server asterisk. Tails Hero Gaming says at gametime_56. My characters got destroyed yesterday.
Your characters got destroyed. I hate it when sometimes when you place sand wherever, or I mean when you destroy one piece of sand somewhere, it makes an avalanche. Let me just move this crap from my front door. Oh, I forgot I had the music on. Was I all done doing that? 50 pieces of iron? That's pretty good.
Question block 64 says, tiny house.
It's actually gonna be a bit bigger than this. I have a vision.
Question block 64 says, I'm gonna play SoSide mod for me side. Tails Hero Gaming says, at least he have somewhere or some place to get warm, grinning squinting face.
I'm actually gonna make stairs up the side of this shit and then put another floor on top and then have a farm like right here. Oh, why do I have so many spruce planks?
Question block 64 says, I meant SoSide, my bad.
I remember when me and Mike played the Parasite mod.
Tails Hero Gaming says at gametime_56 actually the real question is, sometimes it takes teamwork. Question block 64 says, Mike's trolling.
Yeah. Alright, this music is not good. I think that's all I need, right? We get a bunch of panes from that, yeah.
Tails Hero Gaming says, I personally prefer having dogs in my world in Minecraft.
I used to, but now I just don't get any pets. Oh, my leg. Okay, how did I make those fancy looking stairs? We have quite a few types. Glass stairs?
Question block 64 says, I only get dogs if I need them to attack something. Tails
Maybe if
Hero
you want
Gaming
to...
says, maybe for you but me. I love real dogs in my world.
Maybe if you want to attack the Wither, that would help. Where's like the badass looking stairs? What is...
Tails Hero Gaming says, no, I'm not talking about wolf that actually acts like dogs. I'm talking about real dogs. Question block 64 says, who posted my filtered on twitter.com.
I still don't know what that means. Is this what we're looking? Can I put like? Ooh, what is that? Oh, why is this so complicated? Alright, so we're gonna make these type of stairs. I wish I could ooh, oh, that looks pretty cool.
Tails Hero Gaming says, because in the vanilla version of Minecraft, they have where you actually team, a wolf that acts like a dog, which isn't a real dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Tails Hero Gaming says, asterisk team I mean wolf. Question Block 64 says, it's Sapnoog.
I'm surprised I have more people on Twitch
Question
than
Block
YouTube. It used to be the
64
other way
says,
around.
Flip your phone around to understand.
What?
Question Block 64 says, Sepno asterisk. Tails Hero Gaming says, I hardly don't watch streamers on YouTube as much.
Flip your phone around? Yeah, I was pretty consistently streaming on YouTube for around 5 years.
Tails Hero Gaming says, mostly on Twitch Game Time. Question Block 64 says, what the crap, Game Time, Super Mario 64.
What? What?
Tails Hero Gaming says, Tails too confused.
Actually, I think Super Mario 64 was actually one of the first... Actually... No, it was Among Us was my first stream. I actually used to stream with my next door neighbor. That was pretty fun. I gotta...
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 it was good seeing you popping mine for a short period of time. Question Block 64 says, huh? You did?
I'll see you later, Tails, if you're headed out. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I did. So, how much... Oh, okay, I get 6.
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 I'm not heading out silly.
Oh, what...
Tails Hero Gaming says, grinning squinting face.
What did you say? I thought you were for a second. Sorry about that. That's pretty nice. And then I could add the railings. That's... How did I make a fence like
Tails
that?
Hero Gaming says, asterisk I was saying it was good seeing you popping in my stream the other day.
Oh yeah.
GameTime_56. Question Block 64 says, insert sneeze.
How did I make a fence? How did I forget how to make that? Oh, okay. More simple than I thought.
Tails Hero Gaming says, how did? You forgot about that moment you visit grinning squinting face.
I just misread your message there for a sec. I do remember that. Okay. one of these. What does
Tails
that
Hero
say?
Gaming says, "Oh, game time, grinning, squinting face."
Why am I not able to make that? I have 2 oak fences. Okay, now I can make it. How do I do this, though? That looks like shit. Oh, okay. So that's how we're supposed to do it. We need a shit ton of these.
Question Block 64 says, "Super Crap Mindfucked Edition Deluxe."
Oh, okay, here we go. Can I fall off these? Oh, no, you can't. Okay.
Tails Hero Gaming
That's pretty
says at
nice.
question Block 64, grinning, squinting face.
So I can't tell if mining that one tree changes my durability on that too much. How many more of these do we need? Okay. Oh, I did need one more, okay.
Question Block 64 says, "Knuckles and Knuckles 3 Chuckle Knuck the final Chuckle and Knuckles starring Knuckles."
What was that?
Tails Hero Gaming says at question Block 64, grinning, squinting face.
Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna get some more stripped oak.
Question Block 64 says, "Imitire, Mario." Question Block 64 says, "Imasu, Luigi."
Mario! Yeah, that's... Actually, I should get some more while I'm over here.
Question Block 64 says, "You sounded like Mike meowing for a sex skull."
Whoa!
Tails Hero Gaming says, "LOL WTF."
Let me Yeah, this is so much better instead of just...
Question Block 64 says, "Sex." Where did that come from? I didn't even say that.
Instead of just standing around and waiting for the saplings to drop.
Tails Hero Gaming says, "Eyes."
Oh. Well, now I get to make an iron one.
Question Block
I'm gonna
64
need a chest
says,
pretty soon.
"Samsung Dex."
Samsung what? Okay.
Question block 64 says, bro thought I said Samsung dicks.
That's was a possibility. Now there's this weird little gap here. Okay. Oh, imagine if we could turn these into planks. I don't think we can,
Question
though.
block 64 says, that looks ugly on the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Question block 64 says, try slabs.
I mean, the oak slabs wouldn't match that stairs, though. How did I make that balcony? Oh, I still have a bunch right here. Okay. Whoops. Oh, what am I doing? I gotta place a block in front of it, don't I? Or I could do it. Okay, that works. That's pretty nice. It is night.
Question block 64 says, block it then.
I'm gonna need to make a chest or a couple just to filter out all this bullshit to my inventory.
Question block
Wait,
64
why does that...
says, hey God, teach me how to make houses.
You're about to see. That chest looks a bit different. Maybe it's because I used the spruce planks. I don't remember adding any... Maybe it's a resource pack I have. I don't think I need this at all, actually. I'll just throw that... Oh, I did see a mod that adds a trash can that you can just get rid of some shit that you don't need. Okay. I could already see this house is not going to turn out how I imagined it to.
Question block 64 says, I'm gonna make a Steam library for Microsoft Office so I know how long I've been playing Microsoft Word for.
Why would you open Microsoft Word in the first place?
Question block 64 says, school.
Oh.
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 I was about to say the same thing.
I mean, I never used Microsoft Word in school before. Actually, maybe I have.
Tails Hero Gaming says, agreed.
I can't remember if I have or not. Oh, I just used all that.
Question block 64 says, I use all of the Microsoft Office. I use other Office apps for my own things though.
Imagine breaking down this tree. Oh, dude, that's pretty nice. I usually hate breaking down those trees in vanilla.
Question block 64 says, Imagine Dragons.
If this music doesn't quiet down, I'm just gonna turn it off. Half of the Minecraft music is good, and then the other half is just too much for the ears.
Question block 64 says, Mario.
Is there pillars that I could add? I thought I saw some around here. Oh, these look pretty cool. What's that?
Question block 64 says, Mario.
What is that? This could work.
Question block 64 says, Mario.
Oh, Mario. That looks ugly as shit. That's more meant for bridges, I guess.
Question block 64 says, Super Mario 64.
Oh, where's that third door that I had? Now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, I don't think I added it. I did see a cool looking door mod that allows you to customize your doors, but I don't think I actually added that.
Question block 64 says, Mike making us jump to climb stairs instead of just walking is gay.
I actually reached the height in that server. So, there's texting. Oh, fuck that. Now, oh, yeah, I was saying I reached the height that I can normally walk up the stairs. Wait, was that planted on the sand?
Question block 64 says, iPhone user.
That's correct, I have 2 iPhones. And one of them I'm using to read the YouTube chat, even though nobody's in there. I should have had my Twitch open instead. Yeah.
Tails Hero Gaming says at GameTime_56 I don't want to burst your bubbles, but I have 7 phones.
Oh.
Question block 64 says, Super Crap Mindfucked Edition Deluxe. Question block 64 says, I have 10.
Why would you guys need that much phones unless it's old ones?
Tails Hero Gaming says, I have 20. Question block 64 says, you just said you had 7.
That looks a little stupid here, actually.
Tails Hero Gaming says at question block 64 use 2.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of background noise in this stream, I guess.
Question block 64 says, I have like 6 PCs.
I have two desktop computers and then 3 laptops.
Question Block 64 says, I have 4 laptops and 2 desktops.
Alright, this noise is starting to get a little annoying. I don't even remember what I was trying to do.
Question Block 64 says, oh wait, I miscalculated, I have 5 laptops. Question Block 64 says, I forgot to count the laptop I told you in Discord chat.
Yeah, I don't think this build is gonna look how I initially imagined it to. Hopefully you guys can still hear me with this fucking noise.
Question Block 64 says, Gaming Time is pro.
This just looks like a regular village house at this point.
Question Block 64 says, LOL.
Oh really? I still needed more. You know what? I'm just gonna cover this up. I'm not using any more stairs. Oh, I forgot I blocked it off. Come on, it's nighttime. The moon's right there. I forgot the moon has phases.
Question Block 64 says, Knuckles and Knuckles 3 Chuckle Knuck the final Chuckle and Knuckles starring Knuckles. Question Block 64 says, you should have added Vampire Mod XD.
Vampire mod. I don't know about that. Dude, this just looks like a fucking regular village house. Except for these modded things here. I don't like how this looks.
Question Block 64 says, what's Mike's favorite N-word?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him yourself. What kind of question is that?
Question Block 64 says, wasn't it Nigeria?
I don't know. I guess we'll have a farm right here or something. Oh, we have sugar cane growing right next to our house. I never even noticed. Oh, I just remembered. We don't have clay buckets anymore.
Question Block 64 says, 100 days in Minecraft.
Yeah, we're not getting that far. Definitely not.
Question Block 64 says, hardcore YouTubers to be milking the content.
I do remember hosting a server in 2021, I think, that I just let everybody join, and that did not turn out well. There's so many trolls.
Question Block 64 says, do it again.
Hell no. Some people just came in and just lit up everything on fire.
Question Block 64
and
says,
said it was from the
what?
lightning. So I just completely quit. Actually, I do think I fixed some stuff, but I still quit after that.
Question Block 64 says, what?
Why did I quit? Because I didn't want any more trolls in there. I could use some of these spruce planks, actually. How do I make... Okay, there we go.
Question Block 64 says, Mike's trolls go back that far, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. Whoops, I thought that was dirt. I couldn't see. Are you serious? This kind of looks like just a basic starter house.
Question Block 64 says, you're not excused.
Yeah, that still kind of looks like trash right there. Gotta make myself a hoe.
Question Block 64 says, huh?
Oh, this thing is in the way, goddammit.
Question Block 64 says, calm down, but it's a farming tool, not a girl.
I'm just gonna have to place that there. Now it kind of looks stupid. I'm just gonna destroy these couple here. Actually, I did have potatoes somewhere. Alright, now we have a pretty decent food source. I guess I'll just move these things inside. Dude, what is this music? It's so stupid. Why can't I even... Oh, they're right here. Yeah, I can't deal with that. I guess I'll just place it right there. All this is kind of a derpy looking house.
Question block 64 says, be a dumb, be a dumb.
Oh, I forgot I had this anvil. Let me put my hose away. Guess I'll just put this right there. How long have we been streaming? Where does it say? Oh, an hour and 16 minutes. Oh, shit.
Question block 64 says, I'm bored.
Oh, I forgot. My audio was working for the game, I think. Okay, well that's good. Yeah, I don't really know what else to do right now. I think I'm just gonna get off the stream for now and try to figure out what mod that creates that lag. I have
Question block
a couple
64
guesses.
says, add me on Bedrock.
Alright, I'll do that right after. Alright guys, well, I hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.